What's up? I'm Tia King, and thank you for joining me for another segment of Pack Preview. I'm here with the fabulous Coach Niekamp for the volleyball girls. So today we are playing West Virginia Tech, correct?
Yes.
So word on the street is they're the new team in our conference. Do you know anything about them?
They are the new team in the conference this year with a few others. So they haven't been doing too hot this year, it seems. So we're going to go out and take advantage of that and really bring some energy to this game.
Okay, so they are 2-15 for the season with no wins in the conference. How will your team take that as an advantage today?
Well, our conference in general is a pretty strong conference, so we're always fighting for the top. So I think we're just going to take advantage of us playing well on our side, and that's kind of the game plan that we're going with today.
Okay, as you said that, I'm going to take that over to what all will you work on then for this game, like during it, since you said you were going to focus just on.
Yeah, I think it all starts with ball control. Our ball control is, if you look back on some of our past matches, whenever we're not serve receiving well, everything kind of goes away. So we need to focus on ball control, make sure that serve receive and defense is there first, and then really get our offense going.
All right, so sometimes I guess we have themes for volleyball. So what is tonight's theme?
They've always done in the past a retro night, so today's game we have a tie-dye theme, so our jerseys are a little bit throwback, and they're handing out the tie-dye t-shirts today, so it's a pretty cool event.
So are you going to wear anything you used to wear in high school or college since it's a retro night?
I kind of try to keep it classy whenever I'm standing there on the sidelines. I might wear a tie-dye t-shirt, we'll see.
Nice, and you said they are giving away shirts?
Absolutely, yep.
Okay, so without further ado, I want you to, get back to your girls so you can focus. I want to thank everybody for tuning into this segment of Pack Preview, and I'm going to send it over to Seton Catholic at the commentators.
Hello once again, and welcome to Indiana University East Volleyball on the Red Wolves Sports Network. This afternoon's match, the last game of a tri-match here at the Chuck Mosey Memorial Gymnasium. The IU East Red Wolves come into the matchup with a 16-11 record on the season, 6-1 in the Kentucky Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, and West Virginia Tech is their opponent in this matchup. They are 2-18 on the season, 0-7 in the KIAC. IU East is coming off of a 4-set KIAC win over Brescia University. The Red Wolves won that match in 4 with scores of 20-25, 25-23, 25-14, and 25-18. A good match for the Red Wolves. A great match to continue their winning streak, now up to 3 after coming off of a win at Rio Grande earlier this week. So we're going to West Virginia Tech now. They have lost their last 5 and is winless against NAIA opponents this season. Jackie Carroll is a 5'8 senior front row player for the Golden Bears. She leads the Golden Bears with 2.19 kills per set. So taking a look at some of the IU East storylines, they have now won 4 in a row, so correction on that. The Red Wolves look to maintain a virtual tie for second place in the KIAC standings. They are tied for second in the loss columns. We'll go over that in just a few minutes. They are 5-1 at home this season. Outside hitter Mallory Livingston had a big game earlier today for the Red Wolves. She had 16 kills in the first match, 16 of the 57 team kills for IU East. She had a 150 hitting percentage. Also, Sydney Durham, she had 381 in the first match today. And Morgan Steinbrenner, she had a great game as well. She had 14 kills off of no errors and 16 total attacks, giving her an 875 hitting percentage in the first game. IU East as a team against Brescia had 57 kills, 25 errors, and 138 total attacks for a 232 hitting percentage. In the last game, which was West Virginia Tech against Brescia, West Virginia Tech's I would say their better attacker in that game ended up being Jackie Carroll. She had a 370 hitting percentage off of 13 kills, 3 errors, and 27 total attacks. However, the person with the highest hitting percentage for West Virginia Tech was a 1.000, but she had 1 kill off of no errors and 1 total attack. Also, taking a look, it looks like Mackenzie Snares, she had 5 kills off of 2 errors and 17 total attacks for 176. And also, Kayla Hill, she had 3 kills, 11 errors, and 24 total attacks for West Virginia Tech. They, as a team, had 38 kills, 33 errors, and 140 total attacks for an .036 hitting percentage. We've talked a couple times throughout the season how the Red Wolves are winning games if they hit 200 or better, and they hit 232 over Brescia this morning. So they have now are 12-0 when they hit 200 or better. So it looks like it should be a great matchup. Let's send it over to PA announcer Dennis Hicks for the player introductions for today's matchup.
No, you can stop it now. You can stop it.
Along with the Kentucky Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, challenging you to enjoy today's contest. This will create a positive, competitive environment we can all take pride in and enjoy. Welcome to Seton Catholic High School's Chuck Mosey Memorial Gymnasium for the final match of today's Throwback Tri-Match, featuring the Golden Bears from West Virginia University Institute of Technology and your Indiana University East Red Wolves. Now let's meet the players for both teams. First, the non-starters for the Golden Bears. Number 5, Brandy Cisco. Number 7, Brianna Whaley. Number 12, Allison Humphreys. Number 21, Jamie Hanna. Number 22, Courtney Burkhart. And now the starters for the WVU Institute of Technology. Number 4, Chelsea Dean. Number 6, Anna Montero. Number 9, Kayla Hill. Number 10, Jackie Carroll. Number 11, Mackenzie Snare. Number 17, Kiana Morrow. And the libero is number 3, Madeline Gilson. The head coach of the Golden Bears in her first season is Anna Kowalska. And now let's meet your IU East Red Wolves. First the non-starters. Number 1, Haley Myers. Number 5, Madison Chris. Number 7, Bailey Gates. Number 8, Peyton Perkins. And number 11, Missy Bedell. And now the starters. Number 2, Hannah Best. Number 9, Sydney Durham. Number 12, Bella Pavey. Number 13, Mallory Livingston. Number 16, Abby Ketchum. Number 21, Morgan Steinbrenner. And the libero, number 4, Madison Yoder. The head coach of the Red Wolves in her third season is Abby Niekamp. Your referees for today's match are Dennis Aldridge and Joe Erickson. The line judges are Jeff Klein and Keith Cooley.
All right, well, there you have the starting lineups and the rosters for both Indiana University East and the West Virginia University Institute of Technology. Once again, the IU East Red Wolves 16-11, 6-1 in the KIAC. West Virginia Tech 2-18, 0-7. Morgan, we've had a chance to sit and watch West Virginia Tech play that second match. What do you expect them to be like, and how do you expect this match to go?
You know, looking at their schedule and how they've done so far, their record, I should say, I wasn't expecting the team I just saw play Brescia. They were so energetic, so much fun to watch, actually, and gave Brescia that run for their money. IU East has came against teams like that. They're just really good. Brescia earlier today really gave IU East a run for their money. So I think West Virginia Tech is going to be the same exact way. Other than that, exciting team to watch. IU East is just exciting as well. Both teams now have seen more than half the conference, so it should be a pretty exciting game. Overall, though, I hope to see IU East win. We've been on fire lately.
Yeah.
Let's keep it hot.
Back in that West Virginia Tech and Brescia match, scores were 27-25, 15-25, as long also 25-16 and 25-12. West Virginia Tech did win a set in that match. So ball in play, and this is going to be a point to the Red Wolves to start off the first set. They'll be up 1-0. off of the side out, and that's going to send Sydney Durham back to serve for the IU East Red Wolves. Another KIAC matchup here this afternoon, and look out, ball coming over this way. It's going to be a point to the Red Wolves, a 2-0 start. Been keeping an eye on the KIAC standings. One game we were definitely keeping an eye on earlier today was IU Kokomo and Point Park, the KIAC game of the week, and Kokomo came out with the win there. They had a 3-0 win over Point Park. IU Kokomo has now won 15 games in a row, and this is going to be a point to the Red Wolves. Golden Bears can't get it back across, and IU East up by 3. But IU Kokomo still leads the conference 8-0, 25-2. And Asbury sits in second, 6-1, 18-10 on the season. Here's an attack up to the front row. That was by number 11. That's Mackenzie Snare, and she gets the Golden Bears on the board 3-1.
When you were talking about IU Kokomo, I was actually really wanted to watch that game. However, we were watching another game. It was pretty exciting, except they won in 3. I was hoping for a little bit more of an exciting game.
Yeah, that's going to be a point to the Red Wolves after it goes out of bounds off of Kiana Morrow. And that's going to bring in number 7, Brianna Whaley. And Abby Ketchum will go back to serve for the IU East Red Wolves as Missy Bedell goes up into the front row. IU East in third, 6-11, 6-1, not 6-11, 6-1, 16-11 on the season. IU Southeast in fourth, 8-2, 14-8. Here's another serve from Ketchum as the Red Wolves lead 5-1. Here's a set and the attack by Mackenzie Snare. It's a dig by the libero, which is Madeline Gilson. Set by Abby Ketchum. The attack by Mallory Livingston goes back, and it's going to go way back off of the dig by Chelsea Dean. And that'll be a point to the Red Wolves, 6-1. Noticed in the game before this that Chelsea Dean, is sort of the leader of the team. He's got a lot of emotion, a lot of heart out there on the floor for the Golden Bears. 6-2 after the point for West Virginia Tech.
She is one of 2 seniors, so I expect her, and the captain of the team, you expect her to kind of step up in those situations.
Set by Ketchum, the attack by Livingston for the Red Wolves. It's going to be a dig and an attack onto the right side by Kayla Hill. It's going to go back to Gilson. And getting it across the net that time was number 10, Jackie Carroll. Goes back to Montero. Getting it across over to Livingston. Here's the set by Ketchum and the attack by, is that Mallory over here? Mallory. It was a kill by Mallory Livingston. And that puts the Red Wolves up by 5. 7-2. Hannah Best comes out of the game. Livingston goes back to serve. And Gates into the front row. Here's the serve from Mallory Livingston. It's going to go into the back row. That'll be an ace. And it is now 8-2. A 6-point lead for the Red Wolves. And a timeout taken by the Golden Bears. We'll take a quick break and come back with more IU East Volleyball on the Red Wolves Sports Network.
IU East wants to be
My husband Larry came to Reed because he was in respiratory distress, and he came in through the emergency room and almost dying. The ethic of camaraderie and teamwork and customer service was extraordinary. After a few weeks of care with the fantastic staff in the medical, the CCU, the rehab departments, everywhere, he came home to me in one piece and ready to start the next stage of his life. We absolutely believe that Reed Hospital and the people here saved his life.
And welcome back to IU East Volleyball on the Red Wolves Sports Network. I'm Caleb Gillock along with Morgan Guard for this afternoon's KIAC matchup between the West Virginia Tech Golden Bears and the IU East Red Wolves. It's an 8-2 lead in the first set for IU East. And back to serve is Mallory Livingston. Here's the serve from Livingston. It's going to go into the back row to Brianna Whaley. The attack up into the front row by Carroll. Set by Abby Ketchum and an attack by Morgan Steinbrenner. Kept alive by Kayla Hill. It's going to go into the back row for IU East. Back over to Gilson. Here's the set and the attack onto the right side by Hill. Kept alive by Abby Ketchum with the dig. Here's an attack by Bailey Gates for a kill. And it's going to make it 9-2. A 7-point lead for the IU East Red Wolves in the second KIAC match of the day for IU East. Here's the serve. It's going to go into the back row. Set in the attack by Kayla Hill. And that's going to be a point to IU East after the attack is out of bounds. 10-2. An 8-point lead for the IU East Red Wolves as Mallory Livingston, a senior from
Mississinawa Valley.
Yes, Mississinawa Valley over in Union City, Ohio. And that'll be another point to the Red Wolves, 11-2, 9-point lead.
Mallory's also the KIAC Attacker of the Week.
It's going to be a dig by the libero. That's Madeline Gilson, and it goes underneath the net. 12-2, now up to a 10-point game here in the first set.
Did you see her get hit by Morgan Steinberger's kill earlier? That just looked painful.
Serve goes over. Here's the set by Gilson. This is going to be a double hit call on Gilson. Bobbled it on the set. 13-2. West Virginia Tech is coached by Anna Kowalska. She is the assistant basketball coach over at West Virginia Tech as well. She's been there for 3 seasons as the assistant basketball coach, her first season as the volleyball head coach. There's a dig. This is going to be an attack on the right side by Hill. Back over to Mallory Livingston. Set by Abby Ketchum. The attack by Missy Bedell for a kill. And that's going to be a 14-2. Well, if nothing else for IU East, they're definitely going to have some good hitting percentages in this match.
Yeah, this game's definitely going to help their stats.
Here's the serve from Livingston. It's going to be a dig. And the attack by number 10. That is Jackie Carroll. She's wanting the tip called, but it's going to be out of bounds off of the Golden Bears, 15-2. They're up by 13.
You know, they were asking for tip calls a lot the last game when they played Brussia.
It's going to be tipped over to Morgan Steinbrenner, and she hits it right back, and it stays just barely in bounds, 16-2, and it's a 14-point game. And Kowalska is going to take her second and final timeout of the first set. We'll take a quick timeout as well. Be right back with more IU East Volleyball on the Red Wolf Sports Network.
I'm Dr. Ganesh Ramachandran, the region's only hand specialist at Reed Orthopedic Center. Patients love how easy it is having everything under one roof and how easy it is to get here. Right here at Reed Orthopedic Center, right here in Richmond.
Welcome back to IU East Volleyball on the Red Wolves Sports Network. It's 16-2 in the first set in favor of the Red Wolves. Mallory Livingston still back to serve for IU East. IU East comes into the matchup with a record of 16-11, 6-1 in the KIAC. West Virginia Tech 2-18, 0-7. There's a dig over and the attack on the left side. That's going to be by Chelsea Dean. And it'll be another point for the Golden Bears. 16-4. I believe it should be 16-3. Keegan, do you have? Okay, you've got 16-4. So it is 16-4.
Oh,
and back to serve is going to be number 21, Jamie Hannon. She's a 5'7" senior setter from Louisville, Tennessee.
It's a new one.
It's going to be set by the Madison Yoder, the libero for IU East. There's the set and the attack by Jackie Carroll, kept alive by the Red Wolves. Here's the set by Hannon, the attack by number 12. That is Allison Humphreys. And this will be a point to the Red Wolves on the out-of-bounds call, 17-3. Yoder's back to serve for IU East. Yoder, a 5'5" sophomore defensive specialist, and she gets the point for the Red Wolves off of the ace. And it's 18-3. Yoder from Indianapolis went to Ben Davis High School. Here's the serve. It's going to be just across the net for 2 aces back-to-back, and it's 19-3. 16-point advantage for the Red Wolves. And here's the serve. It's going to be A dig by Chelsea Dean goes back and out of bounds. 20-3. So a 17-point advantage for the IU East Red Wolves as Yoder continues to serve for the Red Wolves. Here's the serve. It's going to go back to Dean, set by Hannon, and the attack on the left side by Humphreys. And it's going to be an attack over to Hannon. She keeps it alive with the dig, and the Red Wolves block it up in the front row. A point to IU East, 21-3.
At least Madison and Mallory are getting some serving practice today.
Here's the serve, and it's going to be over from the libero, Madeline Gilson. Missy Bedell hits it across, but it's going to be a double hit on the set, so it's 21-5.
Chelsea Dean serving for the Golden Bears.
That's 21-4. It's going to be a point to the Red Wolves, 22-4. 18-point advantage for IU East. So Bella Pavey goes back to serve for the Red Wolves. Pavey, a freshman on the IU East roster. Her serve goes over to the back left side. Here's the set by Hannon. The attack up at the throw, but blocked by Sydney Durham. A great block up at the front row, 23-4. And IU East still on a roll here in the first set.
IU East has just been on fire in the front row. The first game against Brussia, and now.
And that's going to be another point to the Red Wolves. 24-4 brings up set point for IU East. Here's the serve. It's going to be a service error on Bella Pavey. A point to the Golden Bears, and that's going to put Jackie Carroll back to serve for the Golden Bears. Here's the serve. It's going to go over to Mallory Livingston, set by Abby Ketchum. Here's the attack by Bailey Gates. Inbounds for the kill, and IU East takes the first set 25-5. A 20-point win in the first set. Morgan, tell us a little bit about set number one.
You know, last week when I said I'd like to see how quickly IU East can beat Midway, and I put a stopwatch on it to see how quick. I kind of wish I would have had my stopwatch for this one. This was a quick set for IU East, and they did really well. Although I think West Virginia Tech, a little bit tired. You know, they just came off a really great game against Brussia, so I think they're fatigued a little bit, even though they had a 35 minutes break. IU East, though, on fire, like I said. That front row is just providing huge blocks today. Great kills. Mallory and Madison did great in the back row today. I mean, as a coach, they did a great set. This is exactly what you would want.
All right, well, a 20-point win in the first set for the IU East Red Wolves, 25-5, and they have the 1-0 lead in the match. We'll take a quick break and come back with the second set of IU East volleyball right here on the Red Wolves Sports Network.
My husband Larry came to Reed because he was in respiratory distress, and he came in through the emergency room and almost dying. The ethic of camaraderie and teamwork and customer service was extraordinary. After a few weeks of care with the fantastic staff in the medical, the CCU, the rehab departments, everywhere, he came home to me in one piece and ready to start the next stage of his life. We absolutely believe that Reed Hospital and the people here saved his life.
I'm Dr. Ganesh Ramachandran, the region's only hand specialist at Reed Orthopedic Center. Patients love how easy it is having everything under one roof and how easy it is to get here. Right here at Reed Orthopedic Center, right here in Richmond.
And welcome back to IU East Volleyball on the Red Wolves Sports Network. I'm Caleb Gillock along with Morgan Guard. A 25-5 win in the first set for the IU East Red Wolves off of 10 kills, 1 error, and 19 total attacks for a total hitting percentage of .474 in the first set. West Virginia Tech, 3 kills, 5 errors, 21 total attacks for a negative .095 hitting percentage in the first set. And really, it was just a great set for the Red Wolves. You mentioned that both Mallory Livingston and Madison Yoder got some serving practice in. Madison Yoder, she had 3 aces there as well.
So did Mallory, so tied.
All right, so 6 total aces in the first set. She had 19 total attacks and 6 aces. And it's going to be a 1-0 start here in the second set for the Golden Bears.
We had 9 aces.
9, okay. It's going to be a point to the Red Wolves this time. The Golden Bears can't get it back across the net. So tied up 1-1 in the first set. Cindy Durham, a 6'1 sophomore from Noblesville, goes back to serve for the IU East Red Wolves. And here's her first serve. It's going to be kind of low and hit the top of the net. Bounce right back over the Red Wolves side of the floor. So a 2-1 lead for West Virginia Tech.
I'm really glad you can see. I could not see that. I was looking everywhere.
That's why earlier I asked if it was Mallory, because I couldn't see it right here on the left side. Mallory Livingston with the attack that time, but gets blocked up into the front row by number 10. It's Jackie Carroll. We talked a little bit about her back at the pregame show. She's a 5'8 senior front row player and leads the Golden Bears with 2.19 kills per set.
She actually goes by Jax. J-A-X.
And that's going to go underneath the net, so a point to the Red Wolves, who now trail by 1 in the second set. That's going to bring Bella Pavey out of the game, Missy Bedell back into the front row, and put Abby Ketchum back to serve. Ketchum, a freshman on the IU East roster, 5'10 freshman outside hitter, setter for the Red Wolves. Actually hasn't played outside hitter this season. She's been playing setter for IU East. And she has been great as a setter for the Red Wolves this season. 4-2 lead for the Golden Bears. And that's going to bring Jamie Hannon back into the game to serve for the Golden Bears. Went to Alcoa High School in Louisville, Tennessee. Here's the set by Ketchum. Livingston tips it across for the Red Wolves. It's going to be a dig. Getting it across is the libero for the Golden Bears. That's Madeline Gilson, and a kill for the Red Wolves. Ties it. Is it a tie or is it now 3-4?
3-4.
3-4. Okay.
One day we'll ask this ref to move very nicely.
Here's the serve from Mallory Livingston. It's going to go over to the back row to number 7. That's Brianna Whaley. There's the set by Hannon. The attack over to the right side by Humphreys. Kept alive by the Red Wolves. Here's Missy Bedell taking it across the net for IU East. Set by Hannon once again. Goes back to Abby Ketchum. A dig by Madison Yoder. And Bedell with the attack for the Red Wolves. Kept alive by the Golden Bears. It's going to be another attack over to Abby Ketchum. A dig by Yoder. The attack by Livingston goes into the back row once again to Whaley. And the attack for the Golden Bears is going to be by Jackie Carroll for a kill. And it was tipped out of bounds off of the Red Wolves. 5-3. Golden Bears have the lead as they bring in number 17, Kiana Morrow. She's a 5'7 junior, the only player on the roster from Indiana. He's from Jeffersonville, which, if you're familiar with Richmond athletics, that's where the boys' varsity coach from Richmond, Joe Luce, is now coaching down there. So 5-4. Red Wolves trail by 1 in the second set. Here's the serve. It's going to go back to Gilson. The set by Hannon. The attack by... I believe that was going to be, was that Humphreys over on the right side, number 12?
You know what?
Yeah, that was Humphreys.
See.
So she gets a kill, and it's 6-4. So they have a 2-point lead over the Red Wolves after falling in the first set by 20. Here's the attack by Missy Bedell. It's going to be dug by number 10, Jackie Carroll. Dig by Hannon. Attack over to Ketchum. Set by Yoder, and the attack by Bedell. Goes back over to Carroll. Here's the attack by Humphreys. Goes over to Mallory Livingston. Ketchum gets it across the net, and that'll be a point to the Red Wolves, 6-5. Bella Pavey comes back into the game to serve for IU East. Talked a little bit about her throughout today's games. A 5'3" freshman from Liberty, Indiana, went to Union County High School.
You know the greatest thing about Liberty, Indiana?
What's that?
Jay's Ice Cream. That's
Never
it.
heard of it, honestly.
Oh, no, Caleb. Where have you been?
Well, I've even heard of Ivanhoe's over around Taylor University, and I've never been, I've driven past it, but I've not stopped.
Jay's Ice Cream is the best in the world. They have orange, like soft serve orange sherbet ice cream. Oh my gosh, it's to die for. Caleb, I'm ashamed. I guess you are from Knightstown. It's a
Newcastle.
Newcastle, my
Work in
bad.
Knightstown.
Newcastle,
Yeah.
work in Knightstown.
Yep.
Okay.
7-5, make it 7-6 now off the attack by the Red Wolves. And it's a 1-point lead for the Golden Bears as Hannah Best comes into the game for IU East and goes back to serve. Here's the serve from Best. It's going to go over to the back row. Here's the set by Montero. And it's a miscommunication amidst the Red Wolves. And it's a point to the Golden Bears. 8-6. They've got a 2-point lead here in the second set. One thing I noticed about them in the last matchup was that this Golden Bears team from West Virginia Tech, they've got a lot of heart. They don't really look like a 2-18 team coming into the match.
See, I was thinking the same thing watching them play Brescia. I was like, this team is really giving Brescia a run for their money, and they really have proved themselves. It's kind of like Midway last week.
Right.
They really proved themselves, even though their scores don't really show it.
Right. 9-6 in favor of West Virginia Tech in the second set. 1-0 lead in the match for the Red Wolves. They're just now joining us. Now it's 9-7. West Virginia Tech still has the lead in the second set. They're going to bring Brianna Whaley back into the game. She'll go to the back row, but serving for IU East is going to be number 9, Sydney Durham. Here's the serve from Durham. It goes over to Gilson. There's the attack back over to Hannah Best with the dig. Durham with one as well. Pavey gets it across for IU East. Here's the set and the attack. Woo. This is going to be a line violation. It looks like it's going to go against Chelsea Dean. And that will make it a 1-point game. 9-8.
I will say, Bella Pavey, great job getting the ball.
Serve from the Red Wolves, just barely makes it over the net. Here's a dig, and set by Ketchum. Killed by Morgan Steinbrenner for the IU East Red Wolves, and now it is tied at 9. 9-9 in the second set. Chance for the Red Wolves to go ahead. Go ahead, Morgan.
Oh, I was going to say, this is almost half the points that West Virginia Tech had last set.
Here's the attack by Dean. It goes into the net, so a point to the Red Wolves, and it's 10-9. So, yeah, one more point for the Golden Bears, and they would have twice as many points as they had in the first set. 10-9, a 1-point lead for the Red Wolves, and the serve by Durham goes into the net, a service error, and that's going to bring Yoder back into the game. Durham will go to the bench, and it's all tied up at 10. Going back to serve for the Golden Bears is going to be Madeline Gilson. And here's the serve from Gilson. Service error as well. Point to the Red Wolves, and it's going to be 11-10. Speaking of number 11, Missy Bedell back into the front row for IU East.
That was really smooth.
Ketchum back to serve. It's going to be a dig in the front row by Montero. And a point to the Red Wolves after it goes out of bounds off of the Golden Bears, 12-10. And Ketchum will continue to serve. There's the attack. Goes back over to Livingston. Best chasing after it as well as Ketchum. They both dive for it. And it's going to be 12-11 after the point goes to West Virginia Tech. And it looks like Hannon along with Humphreys are back into the game for the Golden Bears. So Jamie Hannon back to serve, 5'7" senior. One of the two seniors, I believe Morgan said, on the roster. 3, it looks like.
Yes, 3.
All tied up at 12 in the second set. 1-0 lead in the match for the Red Wolves. As the serve goes over to Yoder. And the attack up into the front row was by Jackie Carroll that time. So they take the go-ahead point, 13-12.
You know, it's almost like that first set to West Virginia Tech is just in their past. They're really proving themselves right now.
It's a dig by Ketchum. The attack by Livingston. This goes underneath the net, so a point to the Red Wolves, and it's going to be tied up again, 13 all. And Mallory Livingston goes back to serve. There's the serve from Livingston, goes back. Nice block over the front row by Missy Bedell off of the receive, and it's going to be a kill for Morgan Steinbrenner. 14-13. She's having a good game up on the front row again. She had an .875 hitting percentage in the first match today over Brescia. And here's the serve. It's Livingston over to Whaley. And this will be another point to the Red Wolves off of 4 hits. Now 15-13. Here's Livingston back to serve once again for the IU East Red Wolves. The serve is going to go over. Here's the set by Hannon. The attack on the right side by Humphreys. A dig by Madison Yoder, and the attack by Missy Bedell. Gets blocked up in the front row. Here's a dig by Yoder. Gates gets it across. Back over to Dean. Dig by Mallory Livingston just across the net. And this is going to be a point to West Virginia Tech. I was a little confused there myself. It kind of hung on top of the net. So Chelsea Dean will go back to serve for the Golden Bears, who trail by 1. Dig by Madison Yoder, set by Ketchum. And the kill by Bailey Gates for IU East puts them up by 2, 16-14. And Madison Yoder will serve for IU East. She's a sophomore from Indianapolis. And here's the serve. It's going to go back over to Gilson. The attack is going to be out of bounds, so it'll be a point to the IU East Red Wolves. And it's now 17-14. 3-point lead for IU East.
I actually remember when Madison was recruited and signed. A girl from Ben Davis who was on the golf team was so excited to have another Ben Davis person here. It's such a big school. I was like, how do you even know?
Right. 2-point lead for the IU East Red Wolves. After that point goes to the Golden Bears. And that's going to put Jackie Carroll back to serve for West Virginia Tech. Livingston receives the ball for the Red Wolves. An attack by Missy Bedell goes over to Carroll. And here is another attack by Livingston. This one goes into the net. And we're down to a 1-point game. 17-16. Red Wolves still on top. Here's the serve from Carroll. It's going to go over to Livingston with the receive. Here's the set and the attack by Durham. She keeps it alive after it gets blocked. Missy Bedell tips it over this time. Golden Bears quick to recover. Here's the attack over to the right side, or left side. It's going to be out of bounds off the attack by Morrow. And that'll bring Bella Pavey back into the game for IU East to serve. 2-point lead for the Red Wolves, 18-16 in the second set. Here's the serve. It's going to go back to Morrow. Gets blocked in the front row, out of bounds off of Abby Ketchum. 1-point game, 18-17. So Anna Antero goes back to serve for the Golden Bears. Serve goes over to Mallory Livingston, set by Abby Ketchum. The attack by Sydney Durham for the kill. And it's now a 2-point game once again, 19-17. Hannah Best will come back into the game for the Red Wolves.
One time my brother asked me, she's like, isn't Sydney Durham from Florida? I said, yeah, she played there. She actually was an alligator wrestler there. Totally believed me. I was like, I don't believe she alligator wrestled, but if she did, put that on your resume, because that's genius. That's definitely a conversation starter.
Yeah.
Or just tell people you alligator wrestled.
Tell people you did it. And
be like, I wrestled alligators.
Durham's hometown, however, is Noblesville, Indiana. It's going to be another point. The Golden Bears ties it up at 19. Back to serve is going to be Kiana Morrow. Set by Abby Ketchum. The attack by Cindy Durham. Picked up by the Golden Bears. Dean tips it across. Back over to Gilson. And this is going to be a point to the Red Wolves. 20-19, a 1-point lead.
Didn't West Virginia Tech do really well against Brussia in the second set as well?
I think it's the third set. And I think they kept it going from winning in 3.
You are correct.
Look it up here really quick. It's going to be another point to the Red Wolves, 21-19. Yeah, they won the third set, 25-16 over Brescia. And here's the attack by, looks like that was Dean, kept alive by the Golden Bears. Now back over to Bella Pavey. Dig by Durham, the attack by Livingston. It's going to be set, and the attack by Dean gets blocked in the net, and it's going to be a point to IU East, 22-19. That's a 3-point lead for the Red Wolves. Definitely not the largest lead of the match, but I think it's the largest lead of the second set. Serve from Durham goes over to Dean. Here's the set, and the hit across the net. I believe that was going to be by Mackenzie Snare. And the attack is going to be out of bounds this time. Another point to the IU East Red Wolves. 23-19, a 4-point lead for the Red Wolves as we near the end of set number 2. IU East 2 points away from winning the second set. There will be an extended break between sets 2 and 3 in today's match. It's going to be about a 5-minute break to where they can play that game again, where they up the pizza boxes from the den out onto the floor, and you can serve and try to hit one of the boxes for one of the prizes that's in that box. Talking about Houston Clark serves one up on top of the light fixture here in the gym.
I was just thinking that. I was like, of all people, Houston Clark. Come on, man.
It brings up set point for the Red Wolves here in set number 2. And here's the serve. It goes over to Dean on the receive. There's the set and the attack by number 10, Jackie Carroll. This is a point to the Golden Bears. It's 24-21. Jamie Hannon back to serve. And it goes over to Yoder. Set by Ketchum. The attack by Steinbrenner. Kept alive by the Golden Bears. Set by Hannon. The attack over to the right side by Humphreys. Blocked by the Red Wolves in the front row. And this is going to be a point to the Red Wolves and brings the second set, to a close. And that's going to make it 25.
No. Oh, wait. Okay. I was going to say, it
so
fell
25-21 is the final score of the first set. So the Red Wolves
confusing.
Take the 4-point win. I was a little confused there myself. We had 24-22 on the board, and but we got it all figured out. So the Red Wolves take the 4-point win in the second set. More can tell us a little bit about it.
I'm still a little bit confused on that last point, but I'm going to let it go. Great set, though. Like we mentioned before, not midway, my bad. West Virginia Tech kind of showed us who they are. They showed us their Golden Bear spirit, I guess, to bring it very, very close. It's definitely not the 25-5 first set, but I think that kind of shows IU East who they are and prepares them for this next set as well. I would say West Virginia Tech, though, this game in general is just going to really prepare us for Asbury. They're doing really well in the conference as well. So I'm pretty excited for this third set. I'm actually really excited to see how this pizza game goes, but...
All right, well, we'll take some notes on that throughout the break. We'll take a quick break. IU East has a 2-0 lead in the match. We'll be back in just a few minutes with more IU East Volleyball on the Red Wolves Sports Network.
My husband Larry came to Reed because he was in respiratory distress, and he came in through the emergency room and almost dying. The ethic of camaraderie and teamwork and customer service was extraordinary. After a few weeks of care with the fantastic staff in the medical, the CCU, the rehab departments, everywhere, he came home to me in one piece and ready to start the next stage of his life. We absolutely believe that Reed Hospital and the people here saved his life.
Nice nice one there in the front row by number 21, Morgan Steinbrenner. And here's Morgan Steinbrenner. Her kill will be good. And that time up front was Steinbrenner with the block. Steinbrenner with the kill. Here's Steinbrenner for the kill. Gently over the net. There's Steinbrenner with the kill.
I go back to J.C. Watt's definition of character that he was taught by his grandmother when he was a little boy. He said, character is doing the right thing when nobody's looking.
What the NAIA has figured out through all their character and leadership programs is let's develop these players as men and women of character, and by doing so, these players will ultimately reach their ceiling.
Mallory Livingston going back to serve. Livingston's a 5'9" outside hitter. Livingston. Here's Livingston once more, and that was going to be inbounds on the right side with the kill. Mallory with the set, and Livingston with the kill. And here's Livingston. Livingston with the kill. And there's Livingston with the kill. Livingston with the kill. Livingston up front with the kill. That's not one I'd want to see coming at me.
Yeah, not at all. That will leave a mark.
Hello, I'm Caleb Gillock, the host of Inside IUE Sports, a show where we talk with coaches, players, and other guests about what's happening with IUE's athletics.
In the top 100 high school seniors.
Last year we were fortunate enough to do a variety of things on the track and then off to be able to be considered.
Make sure to join us.
We felt the best way to change human behavior was not necessarily to always be on people's backs, but rather it was to catch them doing something right and to reinforce it.
And welcome back to IU East Volleyball on the Red Wolves Sports Network. I'm Caleb Gillock along with Morgan Guard for today's matchup between the IU East Red Wolves and the West Virginia Tech Golden Bears. IU East has a 2-0 lead in the match after winning the first set 25-5 and the second set 25-21. It's been the second set was pretty interesting between the two teams.
It was really interesting. I was pretty excited to see West Virginia Tech kind of show us their true potential in today's game. I hope this next set goes very quickly, though.
All right. Well, it's going to be a serve from number 6. That is Ana Montero. And the first point of the third set is going to go to the IU East Red Wolves. And they lead 1-0.
You know, I was looking at the roster and saw that Ana Montero is from Brazil. I can't pronounce where from Brazil, but she's from Brazil, and I looked, and she does live near the beach. That's all that mattered to me.
Here's the attack by Mallory Livingston, and that'll be another point to the IU East Red Wolves. A 2-0 start. And this will be another point to the IU East Red Wolves. Makes it 3-0. And Cindy Durham back to serve for the IU East Red Wolves. Here's the serve. It's going to go over set. And the attack. Dig by Abby Ketchum. There's another dig by the Golden Bears. Back over to Hannah Best. Set by Ketchum. And the attack is blocked. It's blocked by Kiana Morrow. And that gets the Golden Bears on the board 3-1.
I'm going to be honest. Like, you got to have some guts to block Mallory. That's scary.
Here's the serve from Morrow. It's a dig by Hill. Attack up in the front row, set by Ketchum. Here's Mallory Livingston with the kill. Gets the job done that time, 4-1.
You know, I had a student, I was watching Mallory one day playing volleyball, and a student goes, her kills are delicious. I've never heard that in my life, but that was the best way to describe Mallory's skills. Delicious.
All right, 5-1 in the third set. Back to serve for the Red Wolves still is Abby Ketchum. And it's now 6-1, Red Wolves, after it goes out of bounds. Here's the set and the attack by, that's Mackenzie Snare. Here's the attack by Miguel, back over to Whaley. Over on the right side is Dean, a dig by Abby Ketchum. Here's a dig by Madison Yoder for the Red Wolves, and the big attack goes back over to Whaley. Set by Livingston, attack by Livingston now over to Dean. Set and back over to Hannah Best. Set by Ketchum, the attack by Steinbrenner. Out of bounds, a point to the Golden Bears.
You know, even with this headset on, I can still hear West Virginia Tech's coach yelling at her girls.
Yeah.
And if you notice, I don't know if they can hear, but she kind of has an accent because she's from Poland. She was a D1 athlete at Kent State. She was a forward for their basketball team.
Here's the attack by Mallory Livingston, and that's going to be good for a kill after it goes out of bounds off of the Golden Bears. It's 7-2 now in the third set. A 5-point lead for the IU East Red Wolves. Back to serve is Mallory Livingston. Maybe a serve over to the back row. It's a dig by Yoder, set by Ketchum, attacked by Steinbrenner. And that'll be another point to the Red Wolves off the kill. 8-2. 6-point lead now for IU East. And Livingston got some serving practice in back during the first set. Chance for some more here. Here's a serve, goes back over to Whaley. And the attack on the left side by Chelsea Dean. And there's another attack in the front row by the Red Wolves. And they now lead on the scoreboard 9-2. So 7-point lead for IU East. Here's the serve from Mallory Livingston. Goes over to the back row to Whaley. There's the set by Montero. Back over to Mallory Livingston. Bedell saves it from the front row of the bleachers. An attack by number 10, Jackie Carroll, is out of bounds. So a point to the Red Wolves, 10-2.
This is looking a little bit more like the first set.
And that's an ace for Livingston. I believe that's going to be her fourth. Livingston will continue to serve, and the thing that's kind of nice about games like these is it gives you a chance to just practice some things, make adjustments. You know, you've got Asbury coming up on Tuesday for the Pink Out match. Obviously, that's a
big
game that's been circled on the calendar for a long time.
I mean, and hate to call it an added pressure, but it's Pink Out, so you're going to have the bleachers filled. It's not a 9 a.m. game well, today was 10 a.m., but it's not a 10 a.m. game on a Saturday. It's going to be a great game. I'm excited for it.
13-2 and an 11-point lead for the IU East Red Wolves. And I can think back to a couple weeks ago when we had our blackout match. The first time we'd ever had a blackout, and it ended up being some standing room only. People standing over there by the entrance to the Chuck Mosey Memorial Gymnasium. And we always know how packed the Pink Out is, so maybe we'll have some more standing room. Maybe we'll have them lined around the gym or something.
I actually saw a picture from last year's Pink Out, and I'm standing up in the corner, on top of the table that we were commentating at because I just could not see over the people.
I remember that.
I was like, thank you, marketing, for putting that out there for everybody to see.
That's the set, and it's going to be another point for the Red Wolves, 15-2. Where did they have that picture at, Morgan?
Oh, man, where did I think it's on the Facebook. We were sharing it. Oh, no, I take that back. It's actually on a flyer, and it's posted around campus.
All right. So, is that like the sort of the What's Up flyer?
Yeah, kind of like the What's Up flyer. It's on all the bulletin boards, and it looks like you can see the crowd, and then if you look in the very, very top corner, there I am. And I'm like, I made it.
15-3 in the third set, a 12-point lead for the IU East Red Wolves. Back to serve for the Golden Bears is going to be number 21, Jamie Hannon. Her serve goes over to the IU East back row, set by Ketchum. Back over to Steinbrenner. Bedell tried to save it from hitting the floor, but it's going to be another point to West Virginia Tech. And they've narrowed it down to an 11-point game, 15-4. Still a very fast-paced game. I think we started around 2:15, and it's only 3:03. Here's the dig set by Abby Ketchum. The attack by Bailey Gates. Inbounds for a kill. And it's now 16-4, a 12-point lead. And Madison Yoder back to serve for IU East.
You know, I'd like to know what the quickest game IU East has ever played. I know Midway last year was a little under an hour. So we're hitting that hour mark.
End of the game for West Virginia Tech is going to be number 17, Kiana Morrow. And Chelsea Dean is serving now for the Golden Bears. Here's the set by Abby Ketchum, the attack by Sydney Durham. And that makes it 17-5. Brings Bella Pavey back into the game for IU East. And she will serve. Livingston in the back row along with Yoder. Front row is Ketchum, Durham, and Gates. There's a good kill by West Virginia Tech's Jackie Carroll, as shows why she leads the Golden Bears with 2.19 kills per set. It's an 11-point game, 17-6. Here's the set by Abby Ketchum. Wide attack by Sydney Durham, set by Hannum. And that's going to be out of bounds. A point to the Red Wolves, 18-6. 12-point game. Hannah Best back to serve for IU East.
Did you know that West Virginia Tech is actually moving their school?
I heard you guys talking about that the other day.
Kyle and I were talking about that the other day. In about, I think he said about 2 years, they're going to move schools. He said there's an empty college. Like, how is this possible? Just an empty college sitting in West Virginia that they're relocating to. I don't know how that happens. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's that's an adventure for West Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
And since they're new to the NAIA, I just hope it's closer to us.
Right. It'll be interesting to see how that helps them as a university, not only as far as enrollment, but athletically as well. What kind of facilities they walk into there. 19-7. Third set. Here's the set by Ketchum. The attack by Livingston for the kill, and it's now 20-7 on the scoreboard.
I did look up what kind of school West Virginia Tech was, and they were very, obviously a tech school, so they're really big in engineering. Actually, a lot of these girls out here are engineering majors. So who is, like Brandy Cisco is a mechanical engineer. There's chemical engineering, which is Anna Montero. So civil engineering. I don't know all the different types of engineering. All I think of is trains.
14-point lead for the Red Wolves, 21-7 in the third set. 4 points away from sweeping the second match of the day for the Red Wolves. Here's the set and the attack over to the right side by Hill. And that's going to be a point to the Golden Bears. It's now 21-8. Kiana Morrow back to serve for the Golden Bears. It's going to go over to Yoder, set by Ketchum. Here's the attack by Livingston. It's blocked up into the net, and it's now 21-9, down to a 12-point game.
Kiana Morrow actually went to Burris, which is about 45 minutes away. The Institute.
And that'll be an ace for her.
See, I never knew that Burris was an actual school. I always thought it was just the Institute. That's what I've always heard it called, so when I heard it was called Burris, I was like, what is this place? It's actually located on Ball State's campus, and it's a very pretty school.
There's a dig, and looked like Chelsea Dean was trying to go after the attack that time, but ran out of room and came up on the net rather quickly. 22-10. Missy Bedell back into the game, and that will put Ketchum back to serve. Here's the serve. It's going to go back over to Gilson. And a point to West Virginia Tech. Looks like the Red Wolves are going to get called for reaching over the net. And it's an 11-point lead for IU East. Here's the serve. Dig by Yoder, set by Ketchum. Attack over to the right side and a kill by Mallory Livingston. It's now 23-11. 2 points away from ending the match as the IU East senior goes back to serve. Bailey Gates will come into the front row for the Red Wolves. Here's the serve. It goes back to Whaley, and it'll be a point to the Red Wolves after it goes out of bounds. 24-11. Here's match point. Here's the serve from Mallory Livingston, 24-11, and it's a service error, 24-12.
That happens. That seems to happen a lot.
It does.
That last point's right there, and man, there's an error.
I think I could understand how that could happen. I mean, you get the nerves and everything building up.
And she's been serving literally this whole set, this whole match. She's been in the back row.
Here's Gates getting it across the net, and that'll bring it to a close. 25-12 in the third set. Morgan, tell us a little bit about today's match.
Well, I think it was under an hour, so congratulations IU East for maybe beating a record there. A great match overall. It's been a very long day for both teams, and they a little fatigued, but IU East came out on top, and just like I hoped they would. Definitely, West Virginia Tech was definitely a great team to play to build up to Asbury on Tuesday. West Virginia Tech, though, you have to give them their props. A lot of heart, a great team overall as well. They definitely gave IU East that run for their money, that second set.
Right.
Great team. Good luck to them, and I hope their move to their new schools as fun and interesting as possible for them. IU East, though, I think you have to give them their applause there. Are they still tied in the KIAC for second now, or are they definitely second? Let's look at this. Well,
and maybe we'll get the official word from Kyle. So it's not been updated yet.
Well, they're 7-1 right now in the KIAC, so congratulations.
So, yes, we should move up into the 2 spot.
Okay, great.
I think that would break the tie.
Something I know Coach Niekamp and I talked about in the beginning was, or when I started Pack Preview, was, the KIAC race, and we were comfortably sitting, I think, at 5th right then. To be up at 2, that's awesome. That's really great for IU East. Asbury's coming up, though. We talked about that. I'm excited to see how they do there. Hopefully they stay at that 2 spot.
All right. Well, we'll bring Mallory Livingston in for the post-game show here on the Red Wolf Sports Network. Mallory, you can stay back there if you want, or you can even have a seat, whichever you prefer. Well, Mallory, thanks for joining me. Of course, 2 great wins today for the team. You're now 7-1 in the KIAC. How do you think that today's matches will make the team better for the rest of the season?
I think that today was good energy games. We've been on a little bit of a roll now. We've been playing more together, more as a team, and we've had, I think, 4 wins in a row now and some big games and a lot of conference wins. So it'll be good going into Asbury and Kokomo coming up soon.
Now, I know in some of the interviews that I've had with you and as well as Morgan Steinbrenner, you guys have talked about the adjustments that you've been making in practice and on the floor and stuff. How do you think those adjustments are being effective?
Oh, yeah, I definitely think lately we've really come together as a team. We've took on more challenges. We've succeeded more at practice, and we're really starting to mesh a little bit more. So.
Well, with the 4-set win over Brusha today, as well as the 3-set win just now over West Virginia Tech, how do you think that is going to? Do you think it'll be a good confidence booster going into the Asbury match on Tuesday?
Definitely. I think that we're obviously going to work hard on Monday for practice and come in with high energy, and it's going to be a great game.
Well, I know that it's probably been a match that's been circled on your calendar for some time now, especially with it being the Peek Out match. How do you think that the crowd will play into that match as well?
I'm really excited for the boys because I think they're going to dress up that day, and so I think they're going to be a little rowdy, and it's going to be great. It's going to give us some good energy.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me. Congratulations on a great win.
Thank you.
All right. Well, the IU East Red Wolves, you can go ahead and go, Mallory. Let you get back to whatever it is you need to do with the IU East Red Wolves. Improve their record with today's win. They are now, it's going to be 17-11 on the season, as well as 7-1 in the KIAC. As we can tell, we'll move them up into the 2 spot of the KIAC, breaking that tie. West Virginia Tech now 2-19, 0-8 in the KIAC. The next match for the IU East Red Wolves, that's going to be on Tuesday. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's a 6 p.m. first serve against the Asbury Eagles. Another great match expected there. As we've talked about, IU East has now seen 8 of the conference teams. You've got 4 left to play, so it'll be interesting to see. You've got the IU Kokomo match coming up, too. They're on a 15-win streak. Asbury has now lost 1 in a row. So it'll just be interesting to see what Asbury has to bring. Obviously, it's always a tough match between the 2 teams and will be very competitive. But the home court advantage for the IU East Red Wolves in that match, they've got a win out and in the conference, and they could place as the number 1 seed going into the conference tournament. That would also give them a berth to the national tournament as well for the postseason. Once again, the IU East Red Wolves take a 3-0 win over the West Virginia Tech Institute of Technology. Go over some of these stats. IU East, they had 36 kills, 11 errors, 82 total attacks for a 305 hitting average, and they are now, I believe, 13-0 when they hit 200 or better. West Virginia Tech, 16 kills, 23 errors, and 83 total attacks for negative 084 hitting percentage in the match. So once again, IU East wins in 3 with scores of 25-5, 25-21, and 25-12, giving them a 17-11 record on the season, 7-1 in the KIAC. Once again, don't forget about the Asbury match coming up on Tuesday, 6 p.m. for a serve. If you can't make it over here to Seton Catholic High School, be sure to tune in at approximately 5:53 for the pre-match show on Tuesday. Special thanks to Keegan Kilfoyle Barnes, our broadcast engineer, Morgan Guard, our broadcast commentator. I'm Caleb Gillock, the voice of your IU East Red Wolves. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
I'm Dr. Ganesh Ramachandran, the region's only hand specialist at Reed Orthopedic Center. Patients love how easy it is having everything under one roof and how easy it is to get here. Right here at Reed Orthopedic Center, right